Notice of this meeting has been posted to the municipal website, www.princetonnewjersey.gov/calendar. Pursuant to Executive Order 107, due to the state of emergency in New Jersey regarding COVID-19 or coronavirus, notice that during this declared state of emergency, all regular and special meetings of the Princeton Planning Board will be held electronically via Zoom, and it was transmitted to the Princeton Packet, Town Topics, the Times, and was filed with the clerk of Princeton on the 8th day, April 2020, and on the 6th day of January 2021. Please note, as with regular in-person meetings, members of the public will have an opportunity at a specific point in the proceedings to comment and ask questions. Please be aware that this meeting is being recorded. Those wishing to comment orally should virtually raise their hand using the button at the center of the bottom of the participant screen, or if participating by phone, by pressing *9. Oral comments will be taken in the order in which hands are raised. Inappropriate public comments containing obscenity, hate speech, or related to matters not before the board will be immediately muted. If you are having difficulty accessing this feature, using the Q&A dialog box to let the tech support know, and they will try to assist you. All right, could you take the roll, please? No one?
Carrie, you're muted.
While we're waiting, I'll just mention that Phil Chow is in the attendees, needs to be brought over.
Okay. Okay, when do you want to do that? As soon as we start?
I think.
I'll bring him over now. I'll bring him
Yeah.
over now.
Okay, great.
Okay, roll call.
Yes.
Ms. Capizoli,
I am here.
Mr. Cohen,
Here.
Mr. McGowan,
Here.
Mr. Oakman,
Jeffrey?
Jeff,
He was here. There he is.
There he is.
Can't hear him.
Mr. Quinn,
Here.
Ms. Sachs,
Here.
Mr. Texarney,
Here.
Mrs. Wilson,
Here.
Mrs. Gunning,
Here.
Mr. O'Donnell,
Here.
and Mr. Chow.
Here. Thank you, David.
It sounds like we have a quorum.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Are there any announcements? Anyone?
Not from the office, no.
All right, then if there are no further announcements or business, shall we go on to this evening's agenda? Which I think you all received, and which is worth a great deal of study. Who's going to deal with that? Anyone?
Are you talking about the calendar for 2021?
No, I'm talking about the agenda for tonight's meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
The third item on our agenda, we just wanted to note that the 2021 meeting agenda has been distributed. And then there's a findings of fact resolution for 300 Witherspoon.
Okay, I did not get that, so somebody else.
I'll move the amended meeting calendar.
I'll second.
Okay. Any further comments, questions on that? I will abstain since I didn't get it. All those in favor,
Aye.
Aye.
I
opposed? Looks like it carried.
Thank you.
The,
Wanda?
yes,
Is there a possibility we could move up the application? As you know, Mr. Rodolphe is here and he just wants to make an announcement. So if we did that, that'll just take a very, very short period of time and then we could let him go.
okay, why don't we just do that? Mr. Rodolphe, do you want to do that?
Of course. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, board staff, and consultants. For the record, as you know, I'm Bob Rodolphe. I've been representing the Princeton Academy of the Sacred Heart over the last several months in its application before you for a minor site plan and a one small bulk variance. After consulting with my clients over the last, and meeting with my clients over the last few days, we've come to the conclusion that it would be in the applicant's best interest to withdraw the application at this time. This will give us more time to take a second look at our plan, spend more time thinking about the more global issues, and we look forward to coming back to reapplying at the most appropriate time, and we'll let you know what that schedule is as soon as we determined we're ready to move forward again. I want to thank all of you for the time you spent on this application to date. It's been a very controversial one, as you well know. It's been a good experience for us. We've learned a lot. And again, we look forward to coming back with a renewed application at the appropriate time. So thank you again for all your interest in us.
Thank you. Anybody, any further comments on that? No? All right, thanks, Mr. Rodolphe.
Okay. Have a good evening, everybody. May I be excused.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that pretty much finishes the agenda for this evening.
Well, except for the resolution for 300 Witherspoon.
Okay,
Do you want me to quickly go through that, Wanda?
yeah,
I did send that out to you today through the email, just to make sure you had it, or maybe it was yesterday.
didn't get there. That's my fault.
Yeah, Jerry, if you could highlight it, I think that would be great for the board.
Yeah, I'll just give the highlights. This was an application by 300 Witherspoon LLC for minor site plan approval and variances, basically to renovate the old Princeton Packet building and to add office space, converting the warehouse in the back from warehouse use to office use, generating 8,641 square feet of office space, and adding a second floor in the main building where it was just open. And that would add another 5,496 spaces. That would be feet. That would be office space as well. As you know, Homestead is in the front as a retail space. There were a number of variances that were requested. One, there's no loading. The trash enclosure is within the rear yard setback, and that's by the adjacent to this service area for the a service area for the municipality, and two sign variances, one for the size of the sign, a freestanding sign, and the second for having it illuminated. The last variance was for parking. 100 with the additional space, 132 parking spaces were required. 63 were being proposed. We're adding one additional space to the 62 they had, although they were renovating the parking area and making improvements both in terms of the surface and landscaping to it. And basically the focus of the board's discussion was on the parking, whether that would be sufficient or not. The argument by the applicant was that given the location, given the availability of public transit, given the nearness of commercial facilities, that they didn't need more parking than that. The way that was resolved was that 80% of occupancy is study. It's going to be done in collaboration with the staff as to whether parking is adequate, and is projected to be adequate at 100% occupancy. And if the conclusion is that it's not, to put in place mechanisms, but not any demolition of any houses, that will address the parking shortage. So that's basically what the application is. It was approved by the board unanimously.
Jerry, if I could clarify, I think that the findings of fact that we have says 85% occupancy.
Didn't I say 85%?
You said
I'm sorry.
80.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant 85, yeah.
All right.
Anybody else? Comments?
I think David?
David?
Yeah, it's a bit of a quibble, but there's one implication in paragraph 14 where the testimony regarding the parking was given that suggests that the project offers sufficient on-street parking given the past use, as well as some other factors. And my recollection of the conversation is that the past use was really not relevant because the warehouse had quite a different parking requirement than the office space.
Mhm.
Just like to make the minor suggestion that we strike the words past use.
Yep.
The paragraph still reads perfectly, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
it'll go, now we're given its central location.
Yes.
et cetera. Yep, okay, very good.
Okay. Anybody else? Right. Should we just take a voice vote on this one then?
I'll move
Oh.
approval.
And I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right. So, let me just see what, Jerry, was there anything else on the agenda that I didn't get? So
No, that's it.
That's it. Very short agenda.
Well, we expected.
But I
wasn't going
expected a
to be.
long night until.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Princeton Academy, Princeton Academy.
Mhm.
No,
Board
and I'll-
members, enjoy it while you can, because this is going to be very rare.
I'm all caffeinated and
Night, everybody.
It's gonna take a long time to get to sleep, I think.
Tim, everyone's going to see Tim riding his bike through their neighborhood. We'll wave to you, Tim.
Madam
I
Chair,
told
would you
my
entertain
husband
a
the meeting
motion
will
to
be over at
adjourn?
exactly
I would.
11 PM.
I
Yes,
would move to adjourn.
Yes.
Second.
Second, aye.
Any further comments, questions? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Looks like we're going to adjourn now.
Enforcing our hard stop at 7:47.
Hey,
Well,
everyone, thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, good night.
Thank
Night.
you.
Have a
Good
night.
Good night.
See you later.
enjoy the snow this weekend and hope it's over for the year.
Uh,
Are they, they're not predicting more snow, are they?
Sunday.
4 to 6 Sunday night.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need more shoveling.
Yeah.
Well, it's a cross-country